Well, I read men can lactate if you were to suckle on their nipples every day, like 5 times a day for like months. Eventually, they would start lactating. It's like a survival instinct.
If you pinch hard enough, anybody can lactate. You just got to pinch that nip. Wasn't that one of the tortures in this movie? Was they pinch his nipples and he goes, "You got to learn how to love it."
It'd be awesome
Yeah,
if
we
in that scene where he's like showing the new husband like the
In
torture.
the
He's
shed.
like, pinch my nipple. Just harder, man. And the guy's like sweating.
God damn. Okay, what did we watch? Raging Bull or Rising Thunder? What's it called?
He's been away for 8 years. Now he's coming home.
Speaking for myself, I'd like to say that the whole experience has made a better man, a better officer, and a better American out of me. Thank you very much.
But the world has changed,
I've been with another man.
You don't remember me, do you?
and he's changed too.
Pull it up in the air like you're gonna take me clear on up to the ceiling.
All right. This.
Now, higher, man, higher, till you hear the bones starting to crack. That's it. Higher! Come on, higher! Higher! I gotta go now.
What do you expect me to do? Just drop everything? What is wrong with you?
You're driving too slow.
It's gonna take some time to readjust.
Charlie! Ah!
Shut up!
Your husband, he's got a whole bag of silver dollars, and if I don't get him, he's gonna die.
No, don't. Please don't.
Wish you could remember something. A name, a face, an accent, anything.
I can't.
Can't just let it slide, Major. They don't have any right to live.
There's a storm brewing in this man. They took his arm, they took his family, and his soul. His anger is building, and it's going to explode. Now, from Paul Schrader, the author of Taxi Driver, comes a new and shattering film about a man poised on the brink of violence. Rolling Thunder.
Rolling Thunder, 1977, directed by John Flynn, written by Paul Schrader and rewritten by Haywood Haywood Gould.
Oh, never mind.
I listened to his podcast or his commentary today.
Any insights?
Well, basically, Paul Schrader wrote the script. You know, he wrote Taxi Driver. It does have a very Taxi Driver kind of feel to it. But William Devane, he's the lead actor. And he basically, like, it seems like he was the most passionate about the movie. And I don't know, they just had a script. They just did some script rewrites to make it more Hollywood and to make it fit William Devane more. So originally this character is supposed to be like a white trash hick who goes to Vietnam, becomes a POW, and becomes a war hero, but who has not actually accomplished anything. Like, he hasn't killed anyone. He's just a war hero for being captured. So like Paul Schrader was leading into this like impotence kind of feeling, like a guy who never did anything in the war. And then I think William Devane, he added the scenes where he's like showing his buddy who's like now banging his wife and who's cucking him.
Sheriff. Yeah.
That sheriff guy who is a good dude. Like, he's showing, when he shows him like how he liked to be or how he was tortured and how you have to learn to love it and all that stuff, like that very intense scene. That's like a rewrite. That's something that they added later. But that's a great scene.
Is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great scene. Paul Schrader doesn't really like the movie. He doesn't really like what they did.
The beginning of this movie.
It's got
we guys should set it up a little bit. Right?
Yeah, it's got God damn it, not Bronson.
Tommy Lee Jones.
No, the revenge vibes. His wife gets raped, and then they remade it with Bruce Willis. Death Wish. It's got really big Death Wish vibes.
It's also got Man on Fire vibes. So this movie, you know,
no, in Death Wish, not in this movie.
It starts off. Charles Rain, the lead, William Devane. He's a vet, you know, he's a POW. He's coming home. He's with Tommy Lee Jones, who's also a POW. And they're going home to San Antonio, Texas. And they're reunited with their friends and families and everyone
It's
they knew before the war.
Also, it's San Antone.
San Antone. And they there's a beautiful song playing over this scene. All about San Antone. I don't really remember much about this movie because I watched it a week ago. So
well, I remember I rewatched it. And the beginning, yeah, the first act of this movie is amazing, I think. Because it's all about like them coming home and there you see them on the plane as like you see like the small town preparing their like welcome home at the airport.
The high school band is there. Like
yeah.
they pulled out all the stops.
Americana
Tommy Lee
stuff.
Jones does not feel comfortable. He's like, I don't.
They all look. They both. Yeah. Well, William Devane is like putting his sunglasses on. He's like, just put your sunglasses on, and like, you know, and he's like kind of being like a robot about it. And Tommy Lee Jones looks like shell shocked or whatever. And like, but they're like, fuck, we gotta like. They're basically the beginning is them on the plane being like, oh fuck, we're gonna get this like big hero's welcome. Like after the worst thing that has ever happened to us, and we are like completely disillusioned now and stuff.
Yeah, well, they've been in a prison.
7 years?
They've been in prison 7 years.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Which is kind of a long time.
His son was a baby, and then he came back and his son's like 10.
That's weird. 7 years of torture in Vietnam. Come on.
Well, his son was like 1 or something when he left. He was still a baby, but in diapers.
Well, William is saying that this is not that big of a deal.
I mean, I could definitely do 8 years.
Wow.
In Vietnam.
Cool.
As long as I got pho every day.
Okay.
It's like a nice bowl of pho.
Authentic, delicious, steaming pho.
And original Red Bull.
What would be your last meal?
Ooh, if I was executed in prison?
In Vietnam, yeah, specifically.
You're kind of a foodie, William, so this is a good question.
Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of a fat piece of shit.
I mean, come on.
That's
what I would do.
It's an acronym.
I would ask for 1 can of Bud Light and say, you think you have lady boys in Vietnam? We have the best lady boys in America. And I would drink that Bud Light.
That's cool. Yeah, be proud of our lady boys.
Our heritage.
Yeah.
It's cool to be woke. That's what I say.
That's what you'd say in 1970 something.
That's what I would tell those Vietnamese.
Hi, I'm William. It's cool to be woke.
That's what I would tell Charlie.
Right, as they electrocute your testicles.
And kill me.
Yeah.
I'd be drinking Bud Light. I bet you can get Bud Light in Vietnam. But yeah, so these guys are shell shocked. They've been away a long time. So
and the beginning is like, them coming home. Like he comes home, they get this big welcome or whatever after fucking getting like butt raped for 7 years. And then
they go home for their friends, their families.
Yeah, like Tommy Lee Jones has this like
he's like
girlfriend that he's like, fuck, I still fucking with this chick. I didn't, you know.
It's like his high school sweetheart. And
yeah,
it's like, let's get married.
Like, oh shit, I forgot about you.
They probably got married like at the end of high school. And he's like, I'm going to Vietnam. Let's get married so we can have sex.
He's like, fuck, finally I can get out of this. And he goes to Vietnam and he comes back years later and she's still there.
Imagine. And they try to make her look dorky by giving her glasses and making her
noticed
like
that. Yeah.
Skinny. She's like very skinny and has glasses. And it's just oh man.
But she's kind of busty, I would say, on purpose.
You were busted?
Yeah.
Yeah. So William Devane goes home.
You worked out?
I noticed. I'm a man. I'm a red-blooded American fuck machine.
Do you drink Bud Light?
I'm a red-blooded.
Do you drink Bud Light, Adam? That's the real question.
Machine that drinks Bud Light.
Of course.
Me and Kid Rock.
Kid Rock loves Bud Light.
I don't remember what I heard it on, but somebody was like, man, Kid Rock's looked like he's been transitioning for the last 20 years.
That's funny. But yeah,
he don't look good.
They, so they come back. The beginning of the movie is about them like re-entering their old lives, and that part's very interesting. I think, like, seeing all the like changing dynamics and seeing this whole thing of like them being completely disillusioned. You know, there's Vietnam.
Well, here's the thing. The movie is so fucking good that you just understand who they are, what they've been through, and how they feel, because these actors are also like committed and good. Like Tommy Lee Jones, this is his second movie. He's amazing. And he's in so like 10 minutes of the movie, 15 minutes. William Devane's really good.
Yeah.
He's definitely not this good in any other movie. So he goes home and he sees his son, and his son is like, it's really awkward. He hasn't seen him since he was a toddler, and now he's like 8. And then his wife, they put the kid to bed. Then his wife tells him like, "Hey, I was with another guy."
Oh, dude, that sheriff scene, even when they're walking, because the sheriff gives them the ride back to their house.
The sheriff gives them the ride back to the house, and she's been with the sheriff.
The kid runs, and he calls him a dork or a wimp or something.
Runt.
The sheriff, a runt. He calls him a runt, and the second that happened, the main actor, like the way all of them were acting so perfect. He just kind of looked at him and he's like, "Oh, this guy's fucking my wife." In that moment, I was like, "Oh, this dude is fucking his wife."
And also,
like,
it's like
talking to the kid like it's his son.
He gets it too. There's like there's like a depression. There's like an acceptance. He's just so gone. He's so gone.
He's
and everything he went through, his whole reality was so different. Just like a few days before this, just a few days.
Like he was literally getting tortured. Maybe, yeah. It's probably weeks. He was probably in the hospital. It's probably longer than just 2 days. That's a longer process, but
okay, 2 weeks. You know the military. 2 weeks. Come on, get out there, man. Go home and bang your wife.
Pull yourself up by the bootstraps.
Don't you want to see your wife and kid? And then no, he doesn't.
Don't you want to see who's been fucking your wife while you've been gone?
Yeah. Don't you want to know who's been cucking you?
Come on. I bet it's the sheriff. The most militant person in town, like the next best. She clearly has a type.
So then he's staying in the shed in the back, William Devane, and
which is nice, dude. That's like a $1,200 fucking apartment in LA.
Yeah, that's a good shed. I would kill for that shed.
The shed is just covered with guns. All over the walls are guns.
Did you, Adam? Did you relate to the shed part a lot, or how'd you feel about that?
I was just like, damn, that looks nice.
You're like, damn, I need to get a bigger shed.
Yeah.
He had a bed in it. There's like, wasn't there a sink and a
just jumping rope and stuff?
It was literally a studio apartment. Yeah, it was probably 400 square feet.
Well, where do the guns come from though? If he just got back, those are Cliff's, I'm guessing, the sheriff's.
He got a shotgun as a gift.
No, he's in the military. He's like high ranking. He was in the military before Vietnam.
He was a major, right?
Immediately hangs up all his guns.
No, wasn't he a major? Those are his guns.
He's just
but I mean, he immediately is making his house a home, I guess.
No, he didn't have the guns with him. I mean, maybe.
Oh,
if he
got,
he was already into guns. He was probably already kind of a maniac before the Vietnam.
Yeah, like a prepper type.
Let's face it.
He's got his guns.
Let's just get down to brass tacks here and face this situation. He probably jerked off with guns.
But
right.
I want to
dick in the shotgun barrel. Yeah,
we should talk a little bit more about
been there.
That about that scene where he talks to his wife and his wife is like, yeah, I fucking
Adam's got to use a sawed-off shotgun because
hit us with some insights, Adam.
Just thought it was a really good. That was like the second scene where I was like, this is like amazing or whatever, because it's good because it starts like it like after they put their kid to bed, he walks out and there's like he has that hint because it's like kid calls the guy Cliff and stuff like that. He's like, who the fuck is Cliff? Like, oh, that guy. And like, so he comes out.
When your girl is cheating on you,
Sure.
It's like,
smell it
here, and you're like,
okay,
here comes the talk. She cheated on me again.
William's saying something for the boys right now.
I mean, it's just like this.
Yeah. So he comes out though. He gets like a beer. He's in like silhouette and stuff like that, and he's talking about
that was cool. Yeah.
He's talking to the wife about how the house is basically. He's like looking around at this house and being like, "What's different? What's new? Your hair is different." Stuff like that.
You're
And
not wearing a brassiere. He's all
Yeah,
freaked out about that.
this scene is so good because it's like he's noticing all these changes, but it's really about him realizing that his wife has given up on him while he was
The
gone.
biggest
And-
change of all.
And it like being that coming out and them having that conversation or whatever. But yeah, they're both so
I
good
mean,
in
he
this.
can't be surprised.
No, he's not surprised at all.
Like,
He's smart. He
yeah.
knows. He has insight. Like that's the
But
thing.
also,
He's not a
yeah,
dummy.
yeah.
He's just
If
like,
I were to
yeah.
go away, I had a long like Adam. If you're married, if you went away for 7 years, like they didn't know if he was alive or dead. So it's
You're saying
pretty
you'd
it's
try to
pretty
fuck my
safe to.
wife?
No, I'm saying, would you like you'd have if you were in prison for 7 years and you know your family doesn't know you're alive or dead, like somebody's gonna creep in.
Well, don't
Somebody's
forget
gonna-
also in that time period, having a kid, being a mother.
Yeah, she needs the help. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you're gonna
Sure,
need a
sure, sure.
guy, you know.
Also, though,
Just-
this
And
is the
he
Vietnam
came around
War.
and started fixing the house and shit.
This is the Vietnam War. He's a Vietnam.
There's always a
vet.
creep.
This is not fucking Korea. You know, it's like he's a Vietnam vet. He's about like he's edgy and like worldly.
Well, he
now.
was
He's
literally
disillusioned.
tortured.
He's
He's
not like a
tortured.
fucking, one of these like rubes like in the Korean War.
One of these.
This is a Vietnam vet. He gets that the world is fucked up. These Korean War
Right.
guys thinking the world's
Oh
all
my God.
roses and shit when they get out of the.
Sunshine and rainbows
Yeah.
with these guys.
They
Did
got
you
to
say
learn.
did you imply the War of the Roses wasn't violent?
That's one of the few.
Hey, Adam
War-
just spitting
rose
truth.
That's
based
a
wars. Adam just
spitting
100-year-long war between like England and France or something. I think
That's
It's
one
like
of the
some
more
cra-
violent flower-based wars.
that's a good name though. So anyway, he's sitting in the shed. He's just reminiscing about all the torture he went through, and this is a very cool scene. It's like Rambo. It's like there's all these flashbacks to like Asian guys.
The
you
torch
know.
doesn't really look that bad either.
Just hanging out.
He didn't have any scars. This is one thing I was pissed about. There was no body scars. You only see him shirtless like once.
Mm-mm.
He
That's
looks
something
great.
they
There's
fix in
no-
Rambo. They
There
fix
is
that in
no
Rambo.
scar. You need scars.
I
Yeah,
go-
but
I
Like,
get-
were
I
you
think that's
like were
fair.
you actually tortured if you have no scars?
Yeah. Well, maybe it was like emotional torture.
No, I think it was just bad. Like they didn't want to. It might have been too violent, or they just didn't have the makeup. They
Maybe
didn't
the
wanna do
Viet Cong
makeup.
was like treating him like a really kind of emotionally abusive girlfriend.
Yeah, what if the flashbacks cut back and it's just like a 5-star hotel type experience? He's like in a robe, with slippers on, he's cucumbers over his eyes,
But when
He's
they
like,
bring him
honestly, it
food,
wasn't-
it's like
and that's
No,
why
he-
they're so
he's at a
they're so
hotel.
uncomfortable.
He's at a hotel and he asks for a refill of his drink, and they just like ignore him and keep walking. And it's like
And that's his
This me-
torture.
this memory is haunting him, and he has flashbacks and can't handle it.
yeah. Anyway,
But
back
yeah.
to the
Let's just move ahead. We got to keep
That's
moving.
what I'm saying.
moving.
Back to the scene where he's in his fucking shed and he's
Who
jumping rope
cares?
and stuff
moving,
like that.
moving. So
That's what I'm
like
doing.
He can't
he
sleep.
gets
yeah.
the next day he gets like a prize. He gets this like giant case of silver dollars, one for each day he was
Yeah,
gone.
that's
Like
fucking
2,000
insane. It's $2,500. Yeah.
silver dollars.
That's insane. That's like so
That's
I
too-
have
that's
Is
one
that a
not
lot of
much money.
money?
No,
I
That's
have
not-
one, not
That's
even
like-
for back then.
that's like worth like $2,000.
No, it's
They're
like
silver
20
dollars.
20,000 maybe.
No,
25
these
grand.
I looked this up. Silver dollars are worth $1.
Yeah, but I'm saying with
You
inflation.
had to look that up.
I'm saying inflation, bro.
You're saying these are things. This is a gift to be
The
invested.
equivalent
Yeah,
of-
what year was it?
No,
What
no, no,
year
no,
was
no. This is the
movie
equivalent of
based?
25 grand in today's money. It's like, yeah, you
It's the
can
same.
you can buy a car, right? Which is interesting because he is robbed at gunpoint by like 5 people who enter his house to get the silver dollars.
But
And they're
he
like,
But there's a line in the scene where he gets them because yeah, it shows him the next day and he's chainsawing down the sign that was like calling for his release while he was while he was a prisoner of war, the sign that the town had put up. And then he gets like keys to a convertible Cadillac or whatever that this like
beautiful
dealership.
red Cadillac.
Yeah.
This like department store is giving
So he
him all
gets a
these like,
car
goodies.
and the silver dollars. That's a good prize. It's a
And
good
he gives-
prize.
Yeah, but he fucks up and he at his speech they go, "What are you gonna do with all this money?" And he goes, "Well, I'll probably take it home and hide it."
Yeah, that's a
You
funny
idiot.
line.
No, you say no, I'll put it in the bank.
Well, you
Because
shouldn't
that's
be even
how we got
asking-
right. Don't tell
asking what
people
he's
where your
gonna do with
money's
it.
at.
But who gives him the prize?
That babe.
Linda Forche.
Yeah, who is that?
It's like a town beauty who has worn his military bracelet the whole time he was in. He's like a military groupie
She said that.
in
Yeah,
a
that
small
whole
town
movie
girl,
speech.
like kind of thing,
And
who's
you
like
just
super into them.
she exclusively is just nipping the whole time.
Of course.
It's just
No
all
brassiere.
nipples.
Women are not wearing the bra anymore. They are letting their nipples poke out through their shirt.
I didn't
And
realize
she's
that
into
was
him.
so widespread.
She's
She's obsessed with him. They go on
Well-
that whole freaking killing spree together.
Well, yeah. She's
The
into him.
most
She hits on
poorly
him.
planned killing spree.
She sees him at a gas station. She's like, let's, get a drink, let's hang out. And he's just like, whatever, I don't care. I'm sorry, I just
See,
don't care.
you would think he would be a little bit hornier after being, but he's dead inside, right? That's the whole point.
He is dead inside.
He's a robot.
Yeah.
He's not one of
So,
these fucking
Been there,
Korean war
been
guys.
there.
He
These
goes
guys will
home.
be
Hold on, he
degrading
goes.
themselves sexually as soon as they get home. Right, guys?
Adam, have you been to, you talk like you've been to war. You been to war?
I just know this Korean war vet who's a fucking asshole.
You
Sorry, I'm
ever
taking it
been in a
out.
fight?
Listen, you're talking about your father-in-law?
No. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know any Korean war vet. I'm just assuming.
My
Have you ever been
grandpa.
in a fight, Ryan?
No,
Korean
I
War was
always
intense.
I usually have bigger people around me that fight for me.
Cool.
So you better watch
That's
your fucking
cool.
mouth, dude.
Damn. I didn't realize
Yeah,
you
I'm
had
like
it like that.
I'm
All
kingpin,
right, I just thought I'd
baby.
do a funny little thing, but that's never mind. It's all good.
My grandpa was in the Korean War, I believe, and he the last few years, I just want to bless his existence and his passing. The last few years, he would just keep repeating this story about how they brought in like these young women into his tent when he was over there, Korean women, and then everybody would just bang him. And I was like,
kept telling this
and
story.
we'd be at like Thanksgiving. Yeah, it'd be like at dinners and stuff.
Yeah, that
And
sounds cool. Actually.
everybody would kind of laugh. And I was like, wait, I was the only one that ever asked a question. I was like, wait, did you? He goes, no. I went to sleep. I was just like, it was crazy over there. And I go, how young? And he goes, I mean, they're pretty young. I was like, I was like, wait. And then my mom's like, stop. Like I would always just get talked. And I was like, what the fuck? That war was wild.
You should have
Right, but
canceled your
Grandpa, how
grandfather.
young were they? Just
Yeah, I mean, he was nice.
Come
he
on,
was
Broadway. I mean, you don't know. Like
he
he's
was
like,
a child.
he like slams his fist on the table and he yells, "They were 5.
Oh, Jesus
they were
Christ.
5, Ryan. Are you happy?
Are you happy now? And that's how he died. He had a heart
And he
attack.
just like throws his food on the ground, throws his plate in the ground,
Didn't know
angrily
your
walks
grandfather
away.
was Subway Jared.
Well, he got his dick ground off because when he got back from the war, they gave him a bunch of they gave him 2,500 condoms
No,
because because
all
they
all the 5-year-olds.
for condoms. Yeah. It's for
he had
one,
a bad case. He had a bad
one
case
for
of blue
every
balls.
5-year-old Korean that he poked.
Oh,
Everybody.
And so this gang, these 5 guys broke into his house. And they go, where's
They
the
give him
25?
hold on.
They go, where's the 2,500? So they put his wiener in the garbage disposal.
Oh man, damn, dude.
And he had a
Grandfather
claw.
lived a
No,
full
it was
life,
actually
dude.
yeah, it was pretty wild. He loved oyster soup, and he had this little spoon attachment, and instead of a claw, and he would screw it onto his crotch, and then he'd eat oyster soup.
Eat soup attached with a spoon attached to his penis or where his penis
He's pretty
was.
flexible, man.
That's
He was
so
pretty
far away from his
flexible.
mouth.
He was flexible because when he was in prison,
He's like
the 5-year-olds would stretch his leg. They would stretch him
But he
back.
has his hands. He has his
he-
hands.
He's like
Mhm.
sucking his own dick, but he's just taking a spoon full of delicious oyster soup.
Exactly.
That's cool. I take back what I was saying earlier about the Korean
I would pay
War.
money to see that.
No, it was a trippy war. Yeah, it was trippy.
Yeah, it sounded like he.
And
yeah.
he was with
we
the
paid
he was with the
money to not
5-year-olds.
have him do that. Yeah.
He's like, there were 5, Ryan. There were 5, and then he pulls out his little spoon penis.
I remember when I turned 13, he brought me into the garage. Well, it was kind of like a separated garage. It was like a shed in the back, and he brought me back there, and he goes, "You want to know what they did to me over there?" And he goes, "Put this spoon in between your crotch," and he made me
Okay.
force feed him oysters.
So wait, between your crotch, like under your balls?
Between his
Wow.
crotch, it was his little attachment, and then he
Oh,
made me
man.
bend his
Oh,
face
you,
down
like-
until he could eat it, and that's how
Yeah.
he
He's like,
became so flexible. Yeah.
Bend me until you can hear the bones crack.
I
Harder.
want you bend
Harder.
until you hear the slurp.
And Ryan's all scared. He's like, oh.
This is what becoming a man is. You gonna fuck my wife? And I go, what? I'm not fucking grandma. What the hell are you talking about?
He pulls out a little American flag made of scrap. And he's like, this is all we had back in Vietnam.
It's
Or
just
Korea or
a
whatever.
made out of shucked oyster shells.
Yeah.
Like, god damn, what's the deal with the oysters, Pa?
It's just made out of pubes.
That was the
Just
only
some
thing they
American
had was like a delicious oyster soup, like choice, top of the line. That's all they had.
But yeah. So yeah, the Korean War is pretty wild.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't
So-
go on no killing spree. He just sucked his own oysters out of his crotch.
My apologies to the veterans of the Korean War. I was wrong.
Thank you.
That was a
I'll
hell
let
of a
him know.
war, Adam. That was like real deal.
That's probably one of the best ones.
Biggest and best.
Probably biggest, brightest, and best.
It's the Forgotten War.
Okay.
That's a cool nickname.
What is it? What were you just talking about?
See, that's why they.
Oh
call it-
my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
This
so
war.
William Devane goes home. 5 dudes are there, and they're like, "Give me them silver dollars." And the guy
Yeah,
who
who
wants
are they
the
supposed
silver
to be?
dollars,
A
they're
gang?
the Acuna. They're the Acuna boys. They've come up from Mexico. They're looking to steal, and the leader, he's so sweaty, and sweat is dripping down his face, and apparently he put ice cubes under his hat.
Oh,
so
that's
Ice-
smart.
Good move.
And the screenwriter said he was very method and was an asshole all the time and was mean and was unhappy all the time when he was shooting and in between takes.
Well, he looked like he had heartburn.
So that's cool. He's just a dick. He's like, I'm method. Fuck you.
Yeah, yeah. It's a cool excuse.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and then there's another guy named Automatic Slim. He's very tall. That's a
Pretty
cool
awesome
nickname.
name. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what war was he in? He was a Marine. Oh, this is when
He
we
was in
find
Vietnam,
out.
probably.
He was a
probably
no,
in
he
Vietnam.
was.
He
This
this
is when we find out because he was in the Air Force. Our main
Yeah.
character, our protagonist, was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
Right, and his plane
Yes.
crashed, and that's how he got captured. And
Yes.
he said he was on the ground, so that makes him a Marine, Army, something like that.
Yeah, he was like a
Marine.
ground troop who does he was on like the ship.
Actually saw the shit, yeah, which is
Versus-
facts.
It's
He
kind
was
of a
fucking-
good.
He was
it's a really
fucking
good
2-year-olds.
choice for
He goes,
for an
"Oh, you
antagonist.
fucked a." He goes, "You fucked a 5-year-old." I was fucking 2-year-old. The front line.
It was worse. Like he's saying it like he didn't want to.
Yeah, no, yeah, they had to.
But that's a really good antagonist for this movie. For him to be this POW guy like John McCain, basically, for the antagonist to be a ground troop in Vietnam. That's cool.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be on
I
the same
appreciate it.
side. They're fighting for the same country, and now they're out here like robbing each other.
Don't even get me started on war, guys, because man,
What's
really-
it good for?
it really pisses me off, all that war. I don't think there should be any wars.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
No wars, no guars. That's what I always say.
Well, is
The-
Gore
the
around?
band's
I know
too
the guy
scary.
died.
They're fucking scary, dude. Are you kidding me? Have you seen them? They're like demons.
Well, I
No
mean,
thanks.
I don't know. I don't know if that's as important as war.
Hey, I'd rather go back to when I was 13 in my grandpa's shed than see one of them scary guar guys.
So
For real, shout
Gwar,
out
you
to
know, they have Thanksgiving. That
Grandpa
must be
Oyster on the
awkward.
Hoff show.
oh man, Guar, Thanksgiving.
So these guys fucking, they're like, show us the silver dollars. Come on. Come on. And he's like,
I don't know.
no,
He
I don't
doesn't
want
even
to.
say. He doesn't even say anything. He just
doesn't
sits
say
in
They
anything.
silence.
punch him.
Well, he
fucking bad.
They punch him. They beat
it's-
him. He loves it. He smiles and he's just like, I'm in my element. You're going to torture me? I've been waiting to get tortured. Thank God.
he has
I'm
like this
tortured.
weird. It's like a weird thing where they're like, "What are you doing, dude? Stop! Is there just like fucking $2,000 worth of silver dollars?" Like, but he's like immediately in the zone of like,
Yeah, split 5
I'm a
ways. Each
psycho
person's getting
now.
like what? 200. What's the math on that? 25 divided by
Oh, mate,
5. 5,
can't
10,
do it.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's $100 each.
No, Ryan, it's 500.
$500
But
each.
you didn't need to.
That's
go to
like
school,
gas
did you?
money to get back to Mexico.
Basically, like
They
maybe
really
they just
wanted
needed
to get
gas
back?
money, and they're like, let's just rob this dude so we can make it back.
500 each is not even that much.
So then they take him to the kitchen, and then they put his hand in the garbage disposal, and they just completely destroy his hand. And
he
apparently
doesn't make a noise, dude. That scene, the sound they did on that scene was amazing.
that
Because you
scene
can
was
hear them
originally,
grunting.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was originally more graphic, and they cut out a shot of like, I guess, blood or his hand. It probably looked fake as hell, but they said people fainted during a preview screening.
That's like one of those.
No.
The hand in the garbage disposal thing is one of those things that tickles your pickle. I feel like, you know.
It's every time I reach for, I have this tiny little teaspoon, and every time I reach for it, because it always falls down into the disposal, and I have to reach in there and pull it out before I turn the disposal on, and it freaks me the fuck out every
You don't
single
trust
Doesn't
time.
feel
yourself.
good. Doesn't feel
It's-
good.
There's this
it's
little
like
part
you're
of you
putting
that's like,
your
am I gonna
hand in
flip
a
that on?
yeah, and it's on the other side of the kitchen, and it's like, still, what if something just happens? Do I need this teaspoon? So I've just stopped drinking tea.
Yeah. Sorry to hear
So
that.
that just
They're scary, man. They're very scary. I'm sorry. You're
every day. This is
You
what
can't
I got to
handle
deal
that.
with.
I'm sorry you drink
Also-
tea.
But it's also weird. It's like to have a thing in like domestic life, which is supposed to be like very safe, to have this one thing that is like hand shaped that can just like fucking immediately just like destroy a part of your body. It's like one of the only threats in a house.
Yeah, in the kitchen,
What?
there's nothing else that could threaten a human body in an American kitchen.
Nothing under the sinks. Nothing
it's
in
all
the
by-
drawers. Nothing.
Not just
it's all in cabinets,
knives,
bro.
not-
It's all in
a
the
fucking
cabinets.
a giant
water.
tank of gas that if you accidentally leave on and light a match, your whole place will blow up. A lead.
You guys are really
I
scared
got-
of kitchens.
Don't forget the most dangerous thing in an American kitchen: an American housewife.
Ooh, because they don't know how to cook.
Boom! Take that, American
Got it.
housewives. You've just got pwned by men on film.
They've been asking for it for a while, honestly. Needed to be taken
Hey,
down a peg.
equal pay, equal ponying.
That's a good rule. That's fair.
So then his family shows up and they're like, what's going on, Dad? They're torturing you?
Hey,
And they're
what's
like,
going on?
where's the silver dollars? And the kid's like, I'll show you where they are.
The kid
I'll
fucking
show you.
folds immediately.
And they're
Yeah,
like-
he raised a snitch, dude.
God,
bitch.
why'd you make us go through all that, you fucking idiot? That was disgusting. Like
They're
even
pissed at him.
they're like grossed out by him. And he just is like, God damn it, my son.
I would beat the
folded,
fuck
but
out of that kid.
He doesn't hate his son. He still loves him. He just is like, yeah, well, that's how it goes. And then they get the money, and then they're like, Automatic Slim and the leader guy. They shoot the wife, the kid,
Yeah,
and
why?
they shoot William Devane. They just kill them all.
Oh, they think they kill them all.
I
They
I
think
it's-
they killed them all.
It's because they don't want to leave witnesses, I guess, but it's not
Right,
cool.
right. I forgot they shot
Let's face it.
him.
I love this scene. This is a great scene, and this is the first act. This is one of the best first acts of any movie you'll ever see.
And he
Like,
finally gets a scar.
It is an awesome first act. And it takes such a jarring turn that I wasn't sure about at first. But
I read the description.
like the
it
movie
kinda gives it all
afterwards, like,
away.
you know, is completely different, of course, but It's like, I guess that would happen. Like your life would take a jarring turn if fucking guys killed your whole family, right?
Thing is,
Pretty
violence ain't
jarring.
cool.
I mean, you basically had a nervous breakdown over a cat that died.
Hey, fuck you.
Well, I'm just saying think about how jarring that is.
Yeah, it's jarring.
Let alone
but
your
what are you
wife and your
you
kid
fucking
and
piece of shit.
your hand and your kid and your arm.
But think of that.
Yeah,
I kept honestly,
what you're
I
saying,
imagined
but
you
I didn't have a
as
nervous
this
breakdown.
guy
I was just grieving my loss.
It was
as Rolling
unnecessary,
Thunder
William's
hunting
fucking been an asshole about this.
this animal killer. I thought of you when I was watching this movie.
I know. Well, yeah, like I was telling you guys, like I think a hawk did it actually. Now that I've thought more about it, and I want to fucking kill this hawk. So I get it.
You want to kill something.
Yeah, well, I'm seeing the hawk flying around now. And I'm like, there's a thing inside me that I'm noticing where I'm like, fuck, just seeing the hawk. I'm just like,
bro, you just need to get laid.
Do it.
Okay. That's the thing in Death Wish. In Death Wish, he doesn't
That's
kill.
what I say. That's what I say at every funeral I go to. Yeah, I know you're sad, bro. You just need to get laid, bro.
Just go out.
And my grandma's like, what? I go, bro,
my
grandma, you just need to get laid.
He was my husband of 50 years.
You just need to get laid, girl. Damn, dude, get over this. What do we got? Mashed potatoes?
Get your freak on.
That's a good point, Ryan. You're so wise.
Bro, just not, dude.
But yeah, Death Wish, his whole family's killed, and he doesn't even get the same. He doesn't even go after the same people who killed them. He just goes on killing random criminals.
He just snaps. He goes Batman, yeah.
And then so it cuts that they shoot them all for dead, but then he's the only one that survives. It shows him in the hospital. Linda Forshay's there, of course.
Who is she? What else is she in?
Oh, I don't know. She's good though.
You said it like Linda Forshey. Like
she's in like Foxy Brown or Coffee.
Oh, that was her character.
It's a great character name.
Eaten Alive. If I don't remember, she's in she's in a lot of Roger Corman kind of like AIP kind of movies.
And Cliff, the new man, he comes to the bedside at the hospital, and he's like,
the sheriff.
You gotta say, yeah, like, what do you know? Like, you didn't tell the cops anything. Like, you gotta remember a face.
He goes, I don't remember, because he wants vengeance too. I love that.
Jones comes and he's like, hey man, we're gonna get these motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's so sick. Even though the sheriff, like, he could have helped because he seemed like he was done too. He was.
They
broken.
know he's like a little. Yeah.
Well, he knew like the sheriff was going off the clock on this. Like he was going to kill him. It was the love of his life.
The kid?
The wife.
Right, the wife.
He was in love with her. He was like serious. He was like, that was a legit love.
That was like a real, he wasn't like a bad guy. Yeah, for sure.
He's also the sheriff, and he's like, come on, like I can do something to help.
Yeah, I have power. Yeah.
And it's like,
no, but the law don't do shit.
He's cucking the cops when you think about it. It's like the sheriff cucked him. Now he's cucking the cops. Right. He's taking the justice.
It's his
from the sheriff.
Flip it on the cuck.
Yeah.
He cucked the cuck.
It almost makes the whole thing worth it.
Who's cuck holding who?
Good question.
Who's in whose palm?
So and
we
got to move really fast. So let's just do broad strokes.
Oh.
Just broad strokes. Like he goes on him and the girl go to Mexico. They start like going to bars.
Hook at this point. He's got a hook hand.
He's got a hook. There's a great scene where
Hospital gave him a hook.
He's learning how to use his hook, and he's taking cigarettes from a pile and he's putting them in a cigarette pack. Love that scene.
He sharpens it when he's like about to go on his mission. He's like is sharpening on a wheel or whatever.
Yeah, he also
this is a medical grade hook. It's not like sharp or whatever. It's like for
He saws his shotgun, and he has like a sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah,
he's going close range,
and he's in that beautiful red Cadillac, and they go down to Mexico, and they're just like tricking these like dirty, gross Mexican guys at bars,
using Linda Forshey to like get them all.
She just goes like, hey, where's Fat Ed? I'm looking for this guy or this guy. And they're like, huh? Why are you looking for them? Don't you want to fuck me?
Yeah, and it's like noon. And they're just fucking wait. I've never been that drunk.
The bars are so seedy. There's one bar, not the first one, but like the second one, They walk in, there's just like three dudes with a car battery electrocuting each other's nipples and like betting or like
just having fun.
Just goading each other on. Like, yeah, there's nothing else to do. Let's just like
that's pretty much what Adam and I did when we lived a block away.
Yeah.
We just zap. We'd get a You never did that with the boys?
No.
This is before video games, you gotta remember. So these guys didn't have a ton to do. They weren't sitting around playing Nintendo DS, you know.
Yeah, we were zapping each other's nips.
Yeah.
You were young. Before video games, or toddlers just zapping each other.
No, in the movie.
I was 3 when I got
movie.
mastitis.
Oh, the Mexican dudes.
3.
Yeah.
First time I got mastitis was about 3.
So
Tough life, dude.
They trick him. They get the information. He stabs a guy in the hand with a hook. That's awesome.
He sees Automatic Slim and he hooks him in the scrotum.
What a cool name. What a fucking cool name, too. Automatic Slim.
Which, by the way, like when you see a claw in a movie getting sharpened or whatever, you better see, it's like a Chekhov's gun thing. You better see that thing go into a guy's scrotum.
You don't at all, though.
What are you saying?
It like cuts to, it doesn't actually show it. It like cuts to his torso.
Just mean you want to see the moment.
Oh, it happened. Right.
It delivers.
Also,
so
what would happen? That guy's just got a hole in his dick now?
Dude, no, when they show him later, he's like laughing it up and he's totally fine.
He seems normal. Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
Maybe
he's got 2 testes, so he's
yeah, but
good.
that would you have one scrotum, but that would like
it's all about the testy though.
Yeah, but that would be weeks of
you don't
recovery.
Need your scrotum,
they'd have to
dude.
sew that shit up. He'd have to go to the hospital.
Your scrotum is a vessel. You understand?
Yeah, and it was punctured, like the Hindenburg. That's what it would be like.
Oh, the humanity.
His balls are just spilling out.
Old-fashioned like newsreel guy, like watching a guy get scroted.
Automatic.
The sheriff goes down to Mexico and he tries to help out and he starts asking questions and he's immediately like, tricked into going to this like slaughterhouse and
mansion. Yeah.
I guess
Obviously
because like William Devane has been causing so much mayhem, they're now like cautious. So,
oh yeah, he kind of gets him killed. I guess you're saying.
Yeah, well, the sheriff was sniffing around where he shouldn't have been.
Didn't seem like he was doing like smooth.
They could have worked together. They could have like him and Tommy Lee Jones and the sheriff. They could have shot that whole place up. The sheriff would have fucked it up, right?
This is all about ego.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is all about doing what feels good.
And he's trying to
but efficiency.
William Devane doesn't even care about his wife. He's just trying to avenge his son. He's a
I think he was just broken. He wanted to murder people. Yeah.
Sheriff dies. The chick is like, come on, like we don't need to do this. We can be in love. Don't you want to love me? And he's just like, I'm dead inside. I'm like, I feel nothing.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, don't you want to come live with me? He's like, no, I don't.
She's
care.
Also 20 years younger than him.
She's trying her best. She's trying.
5 years old.
She's at least 5.
But then
she's 29 years old. They make a big deal out of it. She's like, I'm 29.
Oh yeah,
I need to get married.
I'm old, right?
You need to get. I'm a barmaid. Like, come on, marry me. Let's have kids.
Hey,
like,
I'm 34 and I'm a barmaid.
You need to get married. You need
to
find a man.
You need to get married, bro. You need to meet a nice soldier.
I'm married to that money.
Hell yeah, dude. Cool.
Speaking of, can I borrow $20?
What are you going to spend it on?
Sound like you're a little
speaking of money,
slut, Ryan.
Speaking of money, I ain't got none. Can I have some money?
I hate money.
A good man.
Doesn't hurt to ask.
But he finds
he's not interested. He dumps her. He just abandons her.
He leaves her. Well, he like, yeah, and then but he like he finds out where they are, and then he goes to El Paso and gets Tommy Lee and like sees Tommy Lee Jones, and he like has to visit with his like annoying girlfriend and shit and like
his family, and they're talking about like, I bought a USA made TV and that TV didn't work, so the next TV I buy is gonna be Japanese and I'm mad. And Tommy Lee Jones is just staring. He has the 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah, he's so good. Yeah, he's so good on this thing where it's just like He's also, how old is he in this?
He's in his 20s. I don't know. He's
But
young.
yeah, I forget that he was like a young hunk.
Yeah. He is. He's tall.
He had like
striking
an
man.
old face, but like a young hunk body.
Yeah, I only knew him as like an old guy. You're right.
Old guy, right? The Men in Black type guy.
But yeah,
Yeah, he's not talking like this, doing his Under Siege, Tommy Lee Jones kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's doing his he's doing like a Pacino, like
He's learning.
quiet,
Yeah.
you know. But he has like a Texas drawl. He'll say,
Oh, and he goes, "It's
I don't deserve to live." He's like, no, that's not. He's like, I don't deserve to live, Captain.
That's pretty good.
It's so wild, like, and then he stands up and he's like, they're in uniform. Like, why are you in uniform? Obviously, that's a mental breakdown happening.
Well, also before that,
and he
they're
goes,
like,
I'm gonna
no,
go kill a lot of people.
Before that, they're like he pulls him aside. He's like, I need to talk to you. He's like, I found the men that killed my boy. And then Tommy Lee Jones just turns and goes, I'll just get my gear. And he goes right into the closet and starts pulling out all his guns.
Yeah, he's
and
been
his
waiting for the
uniform.
call.
And he's ready. Like, he was dead inside, but now they have purpose. They have like a
goal.
Like a goal.
Yeah, a mission.
That's what
a reason to live, frankly. A fucking reason to live.
That's what it would be like if like William went to Ryan's apartment and was like, hey, there's a new Pokemon at GameStop.
I'll just get my gear.
I'll get my
we got
gear.
our 3DS.
I'll get my gear.
Pokemon.
Yeah. And you go sit
Switch,
in for a midnight line or whatever.
And I get I get my furry ears and my tail.
Yeah.
And I'll get my gear and I come out in like a raccoon ears and with the big old puffy tail.
But yes. And then Tommy Lee Jones is like, he walks out to his family who's all like eating dinner, and all he does is say bye to his dad.
Yeah, because it's like a man thing. I think at that moment, like his dad knows what's about to happen. Yeah, so they got it's like they saw each other.
Oh yeah,
but yeah.
Well, he's just not even going to pretend.
Well, then
he's
his wife is like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "I'm going to kill a lot of people tonight." That's and then that's his last words, and he does.
William Devane found these guys at a whorehouse in Juarez, and that's
right by El Paso. Right by El Paso.
And if you think about it, that's where you would probably go if you killed a kid. You would go to like a whorehouse in Juarez. That's like exactly where you would go if you and a bunch of guys killed a woman.
Yeah, you get all that money. You get them silver dollars. You're getting cheap whores.
The law's not sniffing around. Nobody's investigating them.
They know William Devane's looking.
He would have found these guys right away.
So, but they don't take him. They don't take him seriously because he's just a psychotic, broken POW.
They're in Mexico. They're like, we're safe. So this scene is awesome. This is like the last 15 minutes of the movie. Tommy Lee Jones goes in, he gets a whore. He goes upstairs.
Pretending to be, yeah.
William Devane is like sneaking around the back. Tommy Lee Jones is with this topless chick. And then he's like reaching down to his bag, getting his shotgun ready. And then William Devane, the first room he goes in is the bad guy who like the gang leader. And he just blows his arm apart. And they do a really good cut where you can tell like it's super gory, but like you can't see anything. So like it just looks like a splatter of blood. And then he shoots him in the chest. And then Tommy Lee Jones has his shotgun. And then he just like kicks the door open. He's like killing gangsters.
And now he's half naked. So he's looking double hunky.
Well, he looks cool because he put his shirt on.
Yeah.
And didn't even do any of the buttons. So he looks like he just got laid, even though he didn't. But he just looks like, yeah.
He's in the middle of getting his dick sucked. He's like, fuck, I forgot we're doing that.
Yeah, his dick's all hard.
Oh, he didn't even care about that. That's why I was like, he was just going with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But originally in the script, Paul Schrader wrote, they were shooting everyone. They're shooting the women. They're shooting anyone.
Probably good.
And it's supposed to be like a Vietnam freak
flashback.
out.
Yeah.
Like they're just killing. They're killing everyone in the bush. But yeah, like it just would have been. It would have been too
on the nose.
Yeah, I think more normal people who aren't.
Well, it also William Devane could never play that part. He just was like, that's not my thing. I don't want to do that. Like that's not. So for him to have like focus all that revenge energy on his kid
That
and
makes
killing
more
these guys.
sense. Yeah, the
a good
focus,
call.
like they needed that to be the focus. If they would have just gone on a killing spree, that would have just been kind of
It would have been made not. Yeah, it would
lame.
have been like confusing, kind of. I think. But
It would have just
but
been
like another
boring.
actor, like maybe Pacino could have shown that sort of like not Pacino, De Niro could have been like shown the like the erraticness or whatever.
What about Richard
Who
Dreyfuss?
knows?
He would have been good. I'm very upset. I'm killing everyone.
I'm killing the Vietnamese. Something like that.
And he's all freaking out about Vietnam.
Yeah.
Woody Allen would be good. But anyway, there's a shot where Tommy Lee Jones and William Devane are on top of a staircase and they're like throwing ammo back and forth and they're like loading their guns and they're like smiling and they like
They're in their
stand up
prime.
in unison.
They're in their zone.
I feel like I didn't rewatch it, but it feels exactly like the beginning.
I did
of
rewatch that scene.
From Dusk Till Dawn, like where George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino are like shooting up the liquor
Fighting
store.
back. Yeah.
And there's a thing in this movie that there's the one thing I don't like about Rolling Thunder, because I love this movie, is that they go downstairs, they're trying to shoot at Automatic Slim, and then they just shoot the bar like 3 times. It's like a very weird. It's like they have nothing else to cut to, so they just show the scene where they go down the stairs. I mean, people are shooting at them. They are not even. They have nothing in between. They're getting shot. They're not dying. It's all. I don't know. I feel like this is not.
It goes on a little, maybe longer than it needed to, because there was literally like 4 shoot backs behind the bar. It's like bang, bang, bang,
Bang.
bang.
You gotta have a couple
Bang,
shoot backs.
bang, and then it's like, okay,
4?
3. There was literally like after 2, it was like okay, and then at 3, you're like, okay, so honestly, this might be more realistic. This might be how shootouts actually go. You know, the people don't get hit right, and then we're doing a 4th. Okay,
Well,
this is going on a little. Somebody
it's
get
like
hit.
they made an action scene. They're like, we need an action scene, and this movie has been very like character based. Very just everything is about the characters, and for this to be like contrived is a little a little weak, it's a little disappointing. But you know, they kill Automatic Slim and then the 2 of them stand up together and leave the bar, and it's just such a satisfying ending. The woman is abandoned. There is nothing about her ever shows up. It's like the movie starts with him and Tommy Lee Jones and it ends with him and Tommy Lee Jones.
That's the true love story.
And they embrace.
And how
for
long
the first
is
time.
it? A month? They've been back a month, and they just destroyed
2 months.
this entire freaking this like gang. And then they murked a whole gang.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I guess
and the
sheriff,
aka the cops, couldn't do shit about it. They immediately got murdered.
Well, they wouldn't let the cops do shit about it. They cut the cops. The cops would have got. They're like, who did it?
I'm saying the sheriff
Automatic
did
Slim.
The sheriff
we
went
know that
around
guy.
sniffing around. He was the cop. He is a cop, and he went sniffing around, and he got murdered immediately.
He's an idiot. He should have called the FBI. You know?
Yeah, it's international.
Come on, bro.
R.I.P.
So
I honestly like the guy too. He wasn't trying to cuck his wife. He was just, you know, he's
trying to live his life.
He's your classic stepdad. You know, it's like, hey,
he was nice.
I'm
It
trying
seemed
to
like
do
he
the right
cared
thing.
about the kid.
Calls him a runt.
Something
That
happened
was
to
all.
his family too. So it's like
He was
can't remember what, but like
He was
you
just
know, they
divorced.
found each other.
Yeah.
He was just a bad, shitty husband and lost his family.
Yeah, he became a cop, and I think he killed like 3 black people, and then he in a dog.
Wow,
is what he said.
That's
Yeah.
a very bad cop. That's a bad cop.
A dog?
Mm-hmm.
That poor dog.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me he was fired after he killed that dog.
He put his knee on the dog's neck, choked it out.
Oh, come on, Ryan.
Right.
Don't even talk about
They said you
such
don't remember that scene where he goes, "That's why my wife left me, the stupid whore."
I
He
haven't
says
watched
that.
this movie in a week. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Damn. Why didn't we talk about this last week?
You want to tell people why?
No, I want to talk
Adam
about
was puking bile.
What did we learn?
I puked bile. What did we learn?
What's the lesson? What did we learn from this movie? You know, if you
don't join the fucking army.
Killing is fun. It feels good.
Yeah, but you don't need to join the army to get better at it.
Violence solves everything.
Sometimes.
Actually, violence begets violence, and you shouldn't commit violence because you may shoot a person's kid, then they come back and they'll shoot you. So it's best just not to shoot anyone. That's the lesson.
I think this movie is just talking about how like the Vietnam War is
cool.
Fucks you up. It fucked people up. Unlike the Korean War, which is pretty not that big of a deal.
Did I tell you about my grandpa? My grandpa used to tell the story in his last years. He would say the same story over and over. And this was, have I told you about this?
Yes, Ryan, you did. You told us.
I don't really remember.
Oh no, he passed it on to me.
Oh man.
Damn. That's a hell of a, that sucks, dude. That's a curse. The Korean curse.
Being
that's
a shitty storyteller.
Yeah, Korea.
Wow. You just got pwned by Adam. Adam pwned you.
I'm on fire.
Weave us a yarn, Adam.
Oh man. A yarn?
Yeah, weave
one of my yarns. Dude.
String it up.
Oh boy.
Let me tell you something.
That's what I'm asking for.
French colonized Vietnam in the 60s.
Oof.
But the indigenous Vietnamese.
That is not true.
That's not true.
That is so wrong.
I'm like, am I going to be able to rattle this off?
I was like 1860s.
Let me let you know
were there
about
a
how
long
the Vietnam
time.
War started.
Let's go, Rapunzel. Lay that hair out.
20s maybe.
Just like knotted and just disgusting hair. You're like, oh fuck, never mind.
I went to Vietnam. It's a great country, you know. It's fun.
Like 3 times, right?
A little sex tourism, you know how I like to do it.
See, you're such a tourist about it. I'm more of like a sex local.
That's cool.
They have
I fuck locally.
Cool. You fuck the like lady boys that you know personally.
You know, whatever's around.
You meet at restaurants and stuff. Yeah.
I fucked a chicken the other day.
What?
Wow.
Whatever's around,
dude.
man. It's a 5-yard radius.
At your home in Austin?
Wherever I'm standing.
Okay. Oh, you're like
I'm
a sex
the
local of the
sex local, and I'm the
world,
center.
You're saying,
yeah.
The grocery store, you see a chicken, and you just pick it up, Foster Farms, and just start banging it right in the
it was outside
refrigerated
of the parking
aisle.
lot. Yeah. No, it was out in the parking lot. Somebody was selling chickens, and I was like, fuck that.
They were selling chickens in the parking lot. You just fucked it. Did you buy it?
On accident.
Okay.
No.
Oh, on accident? Wow.
Yeah, man,
Trips,
I can't help it.
You know,
someone's become a much better storyteller. This is a great story.
I mean,
Grandpa's
it's not
curse
my
is
fault
broken.
that I accidentally fucked a chicken. Like, come on. How could that be my fault? Like, I don't want to do that. It was obviously an accident.
Saying
Did
the
you
chicken was
trip?
kind of like.
Are you like a Mr. Bean
very
type?
No, I didn't
persuasive.
trip. It just happened. Yeah, no, we just hit it off, and it was an accident. And it wasn't that big of a deal that I fucked a chicken to completion.
One crazy night. I get it.
You hit it off.
Well, it was like 3 months.
Fucked
it was like a 3-month
Sounds
relationship.
Oh shit!
Wow.
I
What
stumbled
happened?
onto it. Yeah.
How did it end?
Oh, it started with a glance.
The
Okay.
chicken. Ryan told the chicken he was a groupie, and then the chicken went on a killing spree with its best friend and left him.
Oh, Ryan was kind of
Nips out.
the
Ryan
sub
was
of the.
He was the bitch.
I was in a little red Corvette. I go, I'll go anywhere you want, chicken. I'll do anything for you, chicken.
The chicken's like, "Caw." You're like, why won't you talk to me? Why won't you tell me how you feel? I love you.
I don't want to do this no more, chicken. And then the chicken grabs the steering wheel and pulls me over.
The chicken has a little hook on one of its wings.
Oh, cool! It's like been through some shit.
Yeah.
The dog tag instead of like a chicken tag, it's a dog tag on one of the ankles.
Got like an eye patch and like and just chewing a little cigar.
It's a great
Half fried.
70s movie.
This chicken's half fried. One of the wings is half fried instead of.
That's a good.
That's what instead of
idea for a
putting
Ooh.
instead of
The
putting it
punish.
into the
kills
disposal,
the Colonel.
they burnt it. Yeah, and it goes and you have to kill that fat kernel.
Hell yeah.
Damn, dude. There's a great
Yeah,
70s movie called.
I definitely fucked that chicken.
There's a great 70s movie called Cockfighter that's all about cockfighting, and it's about a guy and his chicken traveling, or a rooster.
That's on my list.
Fiction?
Maybe we should do that movie. That's a good one.
What's our rating?
I love animal cruelty.
Give us your rating, Adam.
No, I shouldn't. I can't.
You go first. You go first.
Me?
What's your
4.25.
What?
I don't know, maybe 4.5.
Whoa. Out of 5?
It's a good, yeah, it's really good.
This is a 5-star movie. This movie rocks.
It
I'd
does
probably
rock.
go.
I mean, 4.5 is a good rating. So.
I'd probably go 4.51. 4.51.
You Price is Right at me right now, dude.
That's what I'm going with, and I'm holding my answer.
Well, we find out what the right rating is.
Well, and okay, so
honestly,
4.5. I was playing I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and this game felt like a fucking Red Dead mission.
Cool.
This movie felt like a Red Dead like side quest.
Yeah, that's awesome. That sounds great.
Yeah, they were on
Really?
the commentary. They
you
were
said that's
comparing
awesome. That sounds great as you were yawning.
I mean it.
That's great. I'm
really
excited. Yeah, that's an exciting thing to say. Why are you yawning then, bro?
Why are you yawning, Adam? Don't you
Why are you
love
yawning,
me?
bro?
I'm your
Why aren't you
podcast
yawning?
co-host. Why are you
Breathe better.
You guys are
yawning?
being like fucking Tommy Lee Jones's girlfriend right now.
Oh,
breathe
am
better.
I?
My God.
Stupid yawny ass bitch. What were you saying, William?
Damn, so sensitive to a yawn.
Cockfighter. Oh yeah. So the people in the commentary, they kept saying it was like a film noir, but for
PTSD.
me, this feels like a Western. I always felt
That's what I'm saying. Like the Red Dead vibe. It seems like a cowboy thing.
Ride Lonesome. He's getting the vengeance. This movie,
That's
he's
John
getting
Wayne?
the vengeance.
Ride Lonesome is the movie we. The last movie you
Django,
did.
he's getting the revenge. But
I don't
Yeah,
know.
this
Ride
movie-
Lonesome was boring.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
I
feels
did
like a
like
Western.
it visually. Yeah.
Well, go ahead, William.
William, go ahead.
yeah, this movie rocks. Another movie this is very
Go ahead.
similar to is Man on Fire. But in Man on Fire, at the end, Dakota Fanning's alive because you think she's dead the whole time. It's like Denzel's getting revenge.
That's
And then
bullshit.
And you're just like, come on, this is stupid. This ending sucks.
That's have some cojones.
The problem with Rolling
That's
Thunder is
declays.
that after you see this movie, you will compare every movie like this movie to this movie, and you'll always come back to the conclusion that, like, yeah, Rolling Thunder's better. Rolling Thunder does it right. This movie is perfect,
It's so high.
except for the last shoot at the end, which I don't like.
There's
the
a couple things,
Dude,
but
I'm
yeah,
I was
it's pretty
just
close to
saying
perfect.
I was getting ready to say a thing.
Tell us your
Obviously.
thing, Adam.
Ryan has to say that thing. Drives me crazy.
Tell us about it, Adam.
It's had such a high concept of the like the script is such a strong, interesting concept for just scenes to analyze at the beginning or whatever of this coming
It's
home.
character
Vietnam
study.
vet
It's
shit.
a character study and
It's
a
so
drama
rich,
and an action.
and then it
movie,
becomes
yeah.
like this revenge thing, which is cool. But like, so it's like, yeah, there's a lot of meat there, and so it's like a hard, yeah. Most movies don't have that much on it, but that's like such an essential part of this.
You know what this movie is? It's really good barbecue chicken.
Mm.
It's like you're just eating it and you're just digging it. You're like pulling it with your teeth, and you're just like, yeah. And then you got like a leg and then you got a wing, and it's like, you're just like, come on, give me more. And the sauce is really good. And you're just like,
Sounds
just
like you
licking
thought of
your
your last
fingers
meal,
and
William.
lips. No, my last meal is a Bud Light. I'm going to teach those
Oh, God.
Vietnamese motherfuckers what freedom is, and that is changing your gender.
You deep throat the Bud Light.
That truly is becoming the lizard man. That's the most free you could be.
I think it'd be cool if one of the lizard men became a lizard woman.
Well, I know the lizard man, right?
Yeah, he cuts his penis off, but it just grows back because he's a lizard.
He's like,
He's
"Fuck,
from
man,
Austin.
I'm a woman. Why can't I? I wish I wasn't a lizard man."
I need help, Doc. What do we do? It's growing back.
You the lizard man, the Austin lizard man. I'm talking about like the ones that people care about, the ones
What
that
the
control
one-
shit, not the fucking guy in Austin.
What do they
who's like
control?
into like the
Yeah,
freaky
tell us.
circus. or
Hold on,
whatever.
Adam's
There's just
in his
some
shed.
lizard
Tell us about
fucking
who
Adam
controls
every
the
night.
world.
His shed. The lizard people. Dick Cheney just
He's just getting
licking
bit
his
down
lips
by
and
the
fucking
Geico
Adam.
lizard.
Yeah.
Dude,
Gex.
no
It's
chance.
like, hey.
Just
Oh,
getting
yeah.
hissed at.
That's the game. That's a game about it, lizard man.
Yeah.
Adam, what was the thing you were
Like
going to
to see
say?
him try. I don't know.
Or
Yeah,
that
the
was
lizard people. I'm not really
I don't
into that
remember.
conspiracy theory. I don't think it's real. Call me
Billy
crazy,
Corgan.
but
You call him Billy Corgan a liar?
it? Who's
well,
that?
he is a wrestling promoter.
Billy Corgan said that he saw a record executive, or like saw a lizard person change into a record executive.
How?
That's
And then
not what he
like
said.
when he walked into a room
That's
and like
not what he
a
said.
it changed out a lizard person.
Didn't he
and it
say he
was-
saw a UFO? He talked about this on Joe Rogan. I don't
I don't
remember.
know.
But he
That's-
did say something about an alien. Yeah, he's like, I saw a UFO. I think it was on Howard Stern. Howard, I
Oh,
saw
t-
an
you're thinking of-
alien.
You're thinking of Beetlejuice.
No, Billy Corgan.
I would never mistake Billy Corgan for Beetlejuice or High Pitch Eric or Casey Armstrong or Elegant Elliot Offen or any of the Whack Pack. Okay. Miss Howard Stern,
I thought you were naming members of the Smashing Pumpkins.
James Darcy, Jimmy Chamberlain,
The punk
Oh,
pack.
Those are people. Those are
James
freaks on
Eshaw,
Howard Stern.
Darcy is another person. Yeah. Yeah. So what should we do next week? Cockfighter,
I don't know, man.
Freaked.
Give me another Western. I'm still playing Red Dead. Give me another kind of cowboy.
Aren't we?
Come
We're
on.
Doesn't have to be.
cowboyed out,
It doesn't
bro.
have to. It doesn't have to be a Western, but like shoot 'em up.
Why don't we think about it?
Let's watch Shoot 'em Up.
Clive Owen movie?
Hell yeah. He loves carrots.
Uh-oh.
Is that a thing in that movie?
So like Bugs Bunny?
Yeah. And Paul
Alright.
Giamatti.
I haven't seen it, Ryan. I don't know.
You've never seen it? Let's watch Shoot 'em Up, baby. This is
No,
a
no, no.
classic.
Hold on.
His poster's pretty bad. Ooh, Paul Giamatti.
It is what it is. It's called Shoot 'em Up. It's
A
one
man named
long
Mr.
shoot 'em.
Smith delivers a woman's baby during a shootout and is then called upon to protect the newborn from the army of gunmen.
Shoot 'em Up.
I like Clive Owen. He's a great actor.
Telling you.
This movie looks ridiculous.
It
This
it
movie
is.
incredibly
There's a
shitty.
scene. There's a scene where he's having sex with a woman while shooting a bunch of people.
Isn't that Monica Bellucci or whatever? I almost said Monica Lewinsky.
It's
Really?
Monica Lewinsky. Dude,
I love
maybe we
Monica
should
Bellucci.
so I was kind of joking, but maybe I love Shoot 'em Up. Maybe we should watch it if you two haven't seen it.
Looks pretty dumb, Ryan.
Let's figure it out.
It's
All
called
right.
Shoot 'em Up. It is what it is.
He's
Should we-
flying out. These helicopter shots look pretty bad in the trailer. They're like flying out of a helicopter, shooting guns.
I don't know, but I don't remember that scene.
Yeah, this green screen is ridiculous. Wow.
It's dope.
Damn.
If you haven't seen Shoot 'em Up, you're not a real movie guy.
Whoa.
Sorry. You got to
Shots
watch them
fired,
all.
William.
No, no,
You-
no,
I
no,
thought you were a
no.
movie guy,
No, no,
Gotta catch
no,
'em
no,
all,
no,
bro.
no,
Gotta catch 'em
no,
all.
No. I'm not planning on seeing every
He's
movie ever
crumbling.
made. That's
He's
too many
crumbling, William.
movies. Sometimes you got to say no.
You watch the same movies like 20 times.
Well, they're the best movies. Sallow, I watched that again this weekend. That's awesome.
I've heard the story of O is a good companion to Sallow, by the way. I'm looking at my watch list
I
right
don't
now.
know what either of those are.
Sal. Oh yeah, you were not doing that with us when we did it.
You wouldn't like Sal Ryan. It's has rape scenes and there's a shit eating scene that people don't like.
Oh, The
Oh my
Incredible
God,
Shrinking Man.
no.
I was watched a little bit of. I thought that was really good.
Oh, the new Ant-Man?
The black and white
50s.
one.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Ant-Man and Wasp go to Quantum Zone?
Yeah.
Ha
Dude, that's a cinematic tradition that goes back all the way to the 50s.
The Incredible
Tiny Man?
Shrinking Man. His cat attacks him,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a very scary scene because it's a giant cat and he's a little man.
Damn, a
Incredibly?
lot of my watch list is like Jackie Chan, Sammo Hung movies.
And you're not gonna watch Shoot 'Em Up. You crazy, dude.
What about In the Cut
Cockfighter.
by
Cockfighter is
James
good.
Campion? Cockfighter's cool. Whatever.
But I kind of want to do Freaked.
What's next month? Is there a theme we could do for May?
Nah. Tired of
Cinco de
themes.
Mayo.
Problem with themes is we would always
May
pick
the
a
May
bad.
the 4th. May the 4th be with you. We could do a Star
The
Wars.
fourth one would be weak as hell. Oh, we could do Rogue One. That's a good movie.
Oh my God, I love Rogue One. It's my favorite Star Wars movie.
It has very like overt Nazi imagery in it, which I appreciated from the
Yeah,
Empire.
that was a new twist in Star Wars when they had like
Yeah.
Nazi imagery.
An Empire.
Well, they cranked it up.
Fucking Adam. God
Yeah, dude, it
damn
was sick. It
You
was
don't even
fucking
know about
sick, dude.
Star
I'll say that-
Wars.
yeah, I know.
and you're
Rogue
on a
One is
movie
the worst
I
podcast?
love saying shit
goddamn
like that.
fucking movie,
You're a
dude.
fucking idiot, bro. Come on, man.
That's like
Have you
you're
Peter
if this was
Cushing.
if this was a music podcast, I'd be like, you heard the Beatles? And he goes, what? The Who now? And I go, not the Who. I'm talking about the Beatles. And you go, I'll be goddamned. Are you talking about the Who? And I go,
Oh,
no,
my
the
goddamn.
Beatles.
I never heard no Beatle making music. That seems scary to me.
I mean, they got the legs. 6 of them. Can you imagine a mandolin with 6 legs playing it?
Pretty sure. Do Beatles got 6 legs or 8 legs? I guess 6, huh?
Insects.
Cockroach is not a beetle.
That's a beetle. They got 6. Spiders have 8. That's an arachnid.
Shit.
Got a lot to learn, William.
I bet there's a lot of arachnids in Adam's shed right around. Probably dangerous
Ooh,
ones.
fuck,
You're in Orange County,
you're
right?
freaking me out. Yeah, there's black
What's
widows
your
and stuff
address?
around here.
What's your address,
Say your
bro?
address.
Come on.
123 Fake Street.
Oh, you fucking asshole. You
No,
piece
it's
Yeah,
of shit.
really what it is.
every street in California is called Fake Street.
Damn.
Fake ass titties, fake ass cheeks, fake ass butt cheeks, fake ass
Man,
lips.
it's really nice
fake
out right now, I
ass.
gotta say.
Yeah, those daddy long legs are out and about tonight.
I'm a daddy long leg.
Daddy long leg. Change your Instagram to that.
Addy long legs. It's pretty good.
Do it. Change your Instagram to that, bitch.
Okay. Are we fuck you're the bitch, motherfucker.
That's actually pretty funny. You should change it to Addy long leg.
It is good. I like that. I need you. That's why you're my brain trust.
Adam, if you do that, I'm afraid you'll be Ryan's bitch.
That's the
No,
If you take any advice from anyone, you're their
this
bitch.
is out of pocket.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is out of pocket. This is out of
like
pocket.
a doctor or
No,
A woman.
relationship counselor.
I won't let you. I won't. No, that was free of
cop.
charge. Pro bono. That was pro bono.
No, I'm not a bitch if I take it.
No, yeah, that's pro bono. You
Damn,
got it.
thank
I
you.
wish my
That's
name was.
generous
I
of
wish
you,
my
dude.
name was. Change it right now, though.
Addy long.
Addy long legs.
I'm gonna have to sleep on it, honestly.
All right, now
I have
you're
a
gonna
brand.
Be my bitch.
I got a brand. Sorry. Gotta maintain.
What's your brand?
Fake NFTs.
Cool guy. No, Ryan's saying in my Instagram. My
Oh,
personal Instagram.
Yeah, Addy long legs. How
By
have
the
you
way,
never
by
done?
the way, that NFT
Look, I also
handle
look it
gets
up.
me
I
at,
bet that.
like 2 or 3 automatic likes on most tweets by NFT, like Bored Ape guys. It's
that's
pretty
not
sweet.
cool. That's not cool.
That's pretty
That-
cool, dude.
that
Feels
is
pretty
not
good when it
cool.
happens.
No.
I figured out how to game the system. Elon.
This is what you do instead of spend time with your childs.
Yeah.
Tweet.
I'm telling you, you could be Addie Longlegs.
Yeah,
I bet there's a bunch of Addie Longlegs, to be honest.
my life would be so different. I gotta be worthy of it first, you know.
I'm gonna change
You
mine
know,
to Fat Boy Rye.
What about Automatic
Badass
Slim?
Ryan.
Badass Rye.
That's
Automatic
pretty good one
Slim?
for you, honestly.
_Ryan. Badass Ryan.
I could see that for you. All right. Thanks for listening. This is a good movie. Check it out. Anybody else want to
Wow.
sign off like a fucking normal person, or do you want to end the podcast autistically?
That was the
You're the sign-off guy.
movie phone, dude. You sounded like the movie.
You're the closer, Adam. I always give you the last line.
Thanks for listening. Have a good night.
Yeah.
You get the last word.
We should, I just was saying, I think we should start taking a liberty to just say bye.
What's going on with your
before you
S's?
hang out? What did I
Goodbye. I love
did I
you.
stretch that one out?
Goodbye. Dear listeners, I love you. Goodbye.
I'm in love with you.
Yeah, I love you. I want to marry you, you fucking listener, you piece of shit.
I'll get you. You come within 5 yards, I'll fuck you.
Fat ass Ryan's gonna get you.
Like a chicken in a parking lot. Just bend you
It
over.
just happened to be a chicken, man, and it was love.
It would be awesome if you had a giant fat ass, right?
What do you mean if?
On the rest
the
of your
the man's
on a-
packing
on
back
your
there.
slim
I'm not even sitting on a chair right now.
day, dude. Got 2 beanbag chairs. You're one of those. You're a man with giant ass implants.
I'm crying
Who
right
isn't?
now.
You got that
Oh,
Kardashian butt.
I haven't laughed that hard in a minute, dude. Last night,
Okay.
even not, and then I had half the goddamn staff of SNL at the bar last night.
What's the
and,
funniest thing that they said?
The funny, I just was killing it.
Oh,
We
nice.
ran out of beat. The funniest thing was everybody would come in and we were out of almost everything.
Yeah, well, you
It
better
was
watch out.
over capacity, and like we were not prepared for that many people.
If you're
It was
too
still
funny
fun,
around
but-
an SNL cast member, they'll turn you into a character. Trust me, I know.
They probably will. Watch. There's going to be a speakeasy bartender. Holy shit! Watch.
William's talking about that sketch, the ambiguously gay duo.
They
William was
they
just funny
doubled
around
up.
an SNL
They go,
cast
what
member,
if
yeah.
they go,
They're like,
what
"This
if
guy's
William had
too
us two? What if there's
funny."
2 Williams? No, but they like
I
they would-
unfortunately met Robert Smigel at a deli, and I told him,
dude,
I demonstrated some of my ideas using deli meat.
That's
and next
damn
thing you know,
huge mistake. That's very weird. You said that, by the way. I saw Robert Smigel at a deli. True
you know,
story.
I did. It was
wow, that is so weird. A Jew at a
Rob
deli.
Schneider.
I know. I mean,
I
Don't
actually
even
met
get me
Rob
started on
Schneider.
the Jews and delis.
it was
I was
Jewish
at a-
deli.
I was
for
at a
sure.
Kinko's with a Rob Schneider and just kind of going off. Like I was just kind of, and I didn't know this is early. This is a long time ago, and this was like early. Like he
Like
wasn't
surf,
he was
surf ninjas.
young, or way before that. Way before he wasn't even in movies. He wasn't on SNL.
Home Alone
And
2.
I just remember, in hindsight, I remember him, but I was at this Kinko's and I was just kind of like, the machines weren't working and he was the machine next to me. And I was just like, man, this is crazy, right? Like, can you imagine the copy guys that actually work here? And he just started laughing. And then
He like got
lo
really
and behold,
quiet, and he was thinking. Of
lo
something.
and behold, 5 years later, copy man.
You should get some royalties for that sketch, dude.
No, I'm just glad my humor got out there, you know.
Well, you know about Adam
Beautiful.
when he met an SNL cast member or writer.
Yeah, who was it? Because he was at the bar last night.
You tell him, William.
I have two friends. I have
He
two
was
friends.
he was
that are on it.
driving
Devin Walker
some
and
people
Andrew
to a
just-
party. He was driving some
great.
people to a party, and you know, Steve Martin was in the back, Martin Short was in the back, and he was telling
The
a
three
story,
amigos and Chevy Chase.
and he
not
drove
a
off
good
a
driver,
cliff. He
okay.
drove off a cliff. Yeah,
I don't appreciate
And
it turning into a
crash.
fucking cat, but they're the artists. You know, I don't want to. You know, But hey,
It's not a good driver. I can't believe everybody survived that horrible accident you were in.
And then went on to great success, except for me.
What do you mean? You're doing good. You married in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For now. Let's see.
Oh, speaking of that,
you haven't made up your mind yet. You're
borrow
I don't know how I feel
$20?
about that marriage.
Could you guys Venmo me 20 each?
It's my choice.
You eat $20. Everybody out there, you listener, give Ryan $20.
Just hit me up, $20. I love asking for 20 because it's too much to ask for. But sometimes people are like, I mean, yeah, if you need it. And I'm like, no, I'm obviously joking. Like, because if I go, can I borrow $5? Like, I would give somebody $5 if they asked for $5.
Yeah.
But 20 is kind of pushing it. 20 is pushing it, but it's not too far to be like people believe that you're actually asking for 20. So sometimes they'll give you 20.
You're such a little trickster, like a low-key sort of
no, you just go,
agent.
Can I borrow 20 bucks? And they go, I mean, yeah, that's like kind of a lot, but yeah. Sometimes. I probably made about $60 in the last 10 years off of this bit.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a good bit.
Just ask for $20 is a good way to make a little extra pocket money. You know, somebody might give it to you.
Just ask. There's a whole book called The Art of Asking. Go read it.
Every no gets you closer to a yes.
I found $60 on the corner when I was going to your house, William, one time. I found $60 on the corner at Skid Row, like right on the dropped in the middle of the sidewalk. And I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. Obviously, it was like drug money or something like that.
That's drug money for sure.
I grabbed it. I was like, that's like an incredible feeling when you find $60. You just are like, this is
when
like,
you find $1,
free
it
money.
feels crazy.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
I pick up change, dude. I probably make $100 a year just picking up change off the ground.
But then like a month later, I was out walking around in Echo Park and I was really high and stupid. And I went to go get cash and I put my card in I went to like a walk-up ATM. I put my card in and put in my fast cash or whatever for $60. And then
what was your PIN?
I pressed OK. And then I took my card and then I left. And then like 2 blocks later, I was like, fuck, I forgot to take the cash. And I ran back and it was gone. So that's karma. I don't know. It's weird.
It's quick karma.
That's amazing.
But what'd you say your PIN was?
That's fun. That was funny for you to say that while I was telling the story. That was good. It was helpful.
Yeah. What's your PIN, bro?
6969.
It honestly probably. It probably is.
What are you, Elon Musk? You're funny, dude. That's a crazy number.
I'm too out there, guys.
Well, that's the end of the show.
Thanks.
We could cut it way earlier than that too.
Sure, yeah. You got an out point.
We need lots of out points.
Yeah, true. Let's just keep saying bye. Like the last half hour.
See you later.
Just keep saying bye.